Okay, here we have some Love by Kenchii scissors. I actually really like these straights. Straight off, first problem. Don't know if you can see that. The tips kind of pass by each other. They are not supposed to do that. Can you see it is poking out the other side? Might have to do some bending on the handles to sort that. The bumper looks okay. Does the bumper look alright? Yeah, it looks alright, bit squidgy. There are some slight bits of rust here and there. I might not be able to get rid of it all, but I will try to get that bit out. Right, let's see how they cut. They are cutting. But look there, see, they often just fold the hair over. Right, let's get on with them. First things first, I'm going to try and remove this rust with my rust eraser block, but being careful not to scuff the metal. And just like magic, the rust has gone. Nice! Okay, so just going to take them apart, removing the thumb nut, the tension spring and the washer. I will just try to remove a little more rust I have found under the pivot point. This just means that where the two blades cross. Unlike where I just sharpen the scissors in a service, I can get to see what is going on between the blades, and this helps a lot, as it has a lot to do with how well the scissors cut. Okay, let's get on with it. The usual scratch test, where I run the edge with a marker and press it to the wheel and turn so I can see what area of the blade the wheel is touching. I need it to be hitting the apex of the edge. This looks good and is set at 42 degrees. Run it through the sharpener twice and then check the marker line I made. As you can see, all the marker at the edge has been taken off, meaning I have apexed the edge of the blade. After sharpening, I then alter the angle slightly and run it through again. I'll repeat this process a few times, as the bevel this wheel makes is basically a flat bevel on the blade, and this blade needs a curved sloping bevel. The many straight bevels at different angles will result in a curve to match the convex bevel of the blade. Right, the next step is deburring the blade. Once you sharpen one side of a blade, it will leave a really fine amount of metal hanging over the edge. Deburring is the process of removing this by basically sharpening from the other side of the blade. On a pair of scissors, this side is known as the ride line. I go back over to the buffing wheel. There is a honing compound to help buff the bevel to a real nice shine and really smooth out the edge to help glide through hair. Just like before when I sharpened, I run it through at a few different angles to help with the convex bevel. Sometimes even buffing can cause a bit of a burr to raise. But even if it doesn't, we need to run it over the fine block and really shine up the ride line side of the blade. I have to carefully give it a bit of a clean so I don't get honing compound all over my sharpening block. After this, I like to just run a fine honing stick flat along the ride line a couple of times just for good measure. As it was not cutting the fake hair, but folding it instead, especially at the tip, I'm just going to give them a slight bend. Scissor blades are not flat, they actually curve in towards each other, and this is referred to as the set. Dog grooming shears are often out of shape, as we know that dogs can kick them off the table and make you drop them onto the floor, and this can just knock them out of whack. So, fast forward this part where I do all the same again, but on the other blade. Now that both blades are sharp, I have to reassemble the scissors. The screw goes in first. There is also a little washer that goes in first. But it was a snug fit and didn't want to come out. But it looked okay, so I left it in through the process. The screw is shaped with a square part for a section. This will hold it in place with one of the blades. Next, the studded tension spring is placed on other blade. The thumb nut is now tightened onto the screw. As you can see, it has ridges that will click against the studs of the spring, so as the screw twists as they are opened and closed, the nut will not start to loosen. It also helps to get the tension just right by just counting the clicks you turn it. Although I don't really need to do this, I'll press against the blades while close them so that it guests don't touch. Then press the blades together as I open the scissors. This is done to help remove any burrs, but we already did this on the blocks. It's a bit of a force of habit, so I'll run through it a few times. I'll now clean the scissors off with some alcohol to make sure any metal dust, honing powder, or remaining marker pen is all removed. Oh, beautiful. I can feel these are good. The tension is right, they are smooth, and the set meets all the way to the tip. Just need to do a few little other bends, making the arms bend ever so slightly further apart. I can do this by hand, but it's just enough so the blades don't cross past each other. Okay, this is looking good. There is not much room to get it right with these, but we are in the sweet spot. Nice. Let's get to testing them now. First off, I'm just gonna try and chop some of this fake hair again. And here is the moment of truth. Awesome. Just straight through, no messing. And the full length of the blade. Okay, onto the tissue test. I wet a single ply bit of tissue and cut into it. As you can see, the paper just falls away. The scissors are not even slightly grabbing the paper, just cutting through, as if it wasn't even there. Perfect. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon. Until next time.